Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how it's going down. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know who's going to drop out next. I don't know how Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton is going to enter the 2020 contest. All I know is that I will be right. And I wrote in the Huffington Post, Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. I wrote that in February of 2017. How did I know that would take place? The same way I knew in The Hill, the Huffington Post, and Salon when I wrote that Clinton is unelectable. And I explained in The Hill, I was a contributor to The Hill. I explained why Donald Trump defeats Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton was the Democratic nominee, you had polling experts at that time saying Donald Trump wouldn't even be the GOP nominee. I was ahead of all of them. I don't know how she's going to enter the pathway. Oh, well, who's going to, what scenario is going to take place? I have no clue. Madam Secretary could use one of those jetpacks from the Super Bowl I or Super Bowl II and just, rocket into the DNC convention. I don't care. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen a week before Super Tuesday. I do not care. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. Now, when you have President Obama endorsing Hillary Clinton, then people say, oh my God, that's not true. U.S. election 2020, BBC News, November 16th, 2019. Obama issues warning to revolutionary Democrats. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has issued a warning to Democratic presidential candidates, cautioning them against policies that are not, quote, rooted in reality. President Obama is opposed to Medicare for all. He's opposed to a Green New Deal. He is opposed to abolishing ICE. He's opposed to all of this. So is Biden. So is Klobuchar. So is, every other Democrat aside from Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. And the only reason Elizabeth Warren is there is to divide Bernie's movement, which has become a bowel movement, into two. And with the infighting and the rivalries and the factions and the divisiveness caused by people on the left, you have Elizabeth Warren supporters vehemently, their mortal adversaries are Bernie Sanders supporters. What? The whole reason Elizabeth Warren didn't endorse Bernie Sanders in 2016 is because she very likely wanted a vice president position. I have no clue how Clinton is going to get into the contest. I know it's going to happen, though. Obviously, they have nobody. And when you have President Obama saying, yeah, you know what? Quote, these policies are not, quote, rooted in reality. That is not only a diss, that is a condemnation of all the morally superior and righteous and all the condescension, all the preaching, all the morally superior rhetoric on the left. When I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post, that is below. When I was writing about Bernie Sanders, he was not the Bernie Sanders of today, and he was not, his policies, his platform was not the Bernie Sanders platform of today. He talked about foreign policy. His foreign policy was very similar to President Trump's. In fact, President Trump's a lot better, because I don't know if Bernie could stand up to the Max Boot and Bill Kristols of the world who vote Democrat. He can't even stand up to Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And President Obama used the words revolutionary Democrats for a reason, because he knows they cheated Bernie Sanders, but then they had to reignite the energy. There needs to be some electricity, so then you have to get, all the progressive Congress people saying, yeah, Medicare for all, and da-da-da, and da-da-da, and they get retweeted, and they get liked, and all this stuff, and at the end of the day, reality sets in, and they say, come on now, you have to rally, your votes, you have to fall in line, you have to fall in line. Who do you think is going to be nominee? It's going to be Clinton. I have been saying this forever. I don't know how it's going to take place. I have no clue, but I know that why is President Obama, what is it to him if people want Medicare for all? He knows it's not feasible. It's noble. It would be wonderful. I have an uncle in France 20 or so years ago, around 20 years ago, he had open heart surgery. It was like 150, $200, the whole thing. But we're not France. So there you go. The Mercatus study, I believe it was George Mason University, said you'd have to double to triple tax collection. Elizabeth Warren said, "Oh well, you know what? I guess here's my plan." And everyone said, they started laughing. But here, Mr. Obama said Democrats risked alienating voters if they lurched too far to the left politically. He ran as the left-leaning candidate. President Obama was the progressive candidate of 2008. And now he's saying, the former president speaking at a fundraising event said most voters didn't want to tear the system down. Yeah, because they're voting for Trump. Trump is tearing the corrupt system that both President Bush and President Obama propped up. Mr. Obama is yet to publicly back a Democratic candidate because he knows what's going to happen. Why doesn't he back Biden? He knows very well. He knows very well what's going to happen. Why is he not backing Biden, but then saying that Medicare for all is not feasible and that it's not realistic and that it's not rooted in reality? Because he's backing Clinton. This is his way of saying there's nobody in the contest that can win. Now, Clinton's not going to defeat Trump. When people say, well, she'll lose to Trump, well, so will Biden, so will Warren, so will Bernie. The whole point is that President Obama knows one thing. Look, his foreign policy destroyed Libya. He drank Flint water in a shameful publicity stunt. We can go on and on. He sent Americans abroad in places we shouldn't have been. He continued George W. Bush's foreign policy, and he ran on the antithesis of Bush's foreign policy. We had 100,000 Americans being sent to one quagmire under President Obama as a surge, okay? And then Democrats want us there forever. He pumped money into banks and then whatever. The whole point is that President Obama's tenure, 8 years. You look at his foreign policy, you look at his economy, you look at his achievements, his lasting achievements, and you look at President Trump's. President Obama presided over the largest expansion of domestic oil and gas production, and now there's a Green New Deal resolution. The whole point of it being a resolution is that Democrats know they can't pass anything through Congress, so they say a resolution, not legislation. Then they pontificate. It's like a religion to them. Climate change is like a religion. So they say, well, the planet is at risk, so pass some legislation. So pass some legislation if the planet is at risk. But here, Mr. Obama is yet to publicly back a Democratic candidate because he knows Clinton is going to become nominee. I don't care when she runs. This is like nonsense. Why is President Obama saying this? Why? Ask yourself why. If you're watching this, ask yourself why President Obama is saying that progressive policies are not rooted in reality. Does he want to get the Bernie Sanders voters angry at him? He doesn't care. Because he knows they're going to vote for Clinton anyway, like most did in 2016. Very few H.A. Goodmans out there. And even the ones who claim to be big Bernie supporters, they say, well, vote for Clinton in swing states, or they overtly say vote for Clinton because you can't have record low unemployment. So it's like, why the front runners are former Vice President Joe Biden, Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Okay, then they say, oh, Pete Buttigieg. Okay. But he has problems in South Bend. Ask how is he a very successful mayor? There are huge issues with him as mayor regarding the citizens of his city. There are controversies within his city that he's yet to really kind of explain. At the event held in Washington on Friday, Mr. Obama did not mention any candidate by name, nor criticize any specific policy proposal. Of course, these voters, Mr. Obama said, did not necessarily have the same views as what he called certain left-leaning Twitter feeds, the activist wing of our party. He's mocking them. The activist wing of the Democratic Party is either willingly or unwillingly working for Clinton in 2020. I kept saying this. There's no attempt, like, you have people who simply want to justify their political views without any compassion, any reasonable dialogue. Carl's opinion. Hey, hello, Mr. Goodman Mods in chat. In the same BBC article, they also quoted Clinton. In an interview with the BBC, Mrs. Clinton said she was under enormous pressure to challenge Mr. Trump. Wait, this is why Carl's opinion is fantastic. In addition to, God bless him, you're so generous and wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Carl's opinion. Thank you, but where is this? Where is this? Carl's opinion does good work. If you like my work, he does I would say even better work. Check out his channel, okay? I checked out his, I haven't seen all of his segments, but I know just from looking very quickly, from what I can see, does amazing work. You know, check out his channel. He needs to be at 100,000 subscribers, everyone. So check out Carl's opinion. Let's just go to Carl's opinion really quickly. Okay, everyone on my channel, subscribe to Carl's opinion because he actually knows he actually has a grasp of technology, not like my, Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Good. I'm glad to see, you know what? The average views are doing great. This is fantastic. He does good work. Carl's opinion does great work. And he knows how to utilize technology. Not like me. I'm busy cutting out like little pictures and putting them in my putting them in my background like a person who's nuts. This is me. This is me when I'm not. I'm like Carl's opinion, and he does one every other day. But you know what? You do great work. He's awesome. He has 25,000 subs. Get him to 100,000 subs. Carl's opinion. Thank you. Let's see here. And so, yeah, Clinton under enormous pressure to run. Meanwhile, political gossip about whether Hillary Clinton might run and enter the fray continues to set tongues wagging. I love this. Tongues wagging. In Washington, D.C., Mrs. Clinton was under enormous pressure. Oh, will she succumb to the pressure? Succumb to the pressure. Do it sooner than later. In an interview with the BBC, Mrs. Clinton said she was under enormous pressure. Oh, I don't want to run. Me, I don't. The Russians cheated me. I'm under enormous pressure. I'm visiting. I'm saying hello to little children in the UK. I don't want to run. I think you should really run. Carl's opinion. Thank you. Chad Davis. Oklahoma loves HA. Iraq vets love HA. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know what else? Afghan vets love HA. Keep spitting the truth, brother. Chad Davis. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you for always watching. God bless you. And I love Oklahoma, and I love Iraq and Afghanistan vets, and God bless you, and thank you for everything, and thank you God bless you, your family, and all the veterans and their families and everything they do for our country. And thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be Chad and Carl. It's going to be a great year. We're going to have to wait for, I don't know how long until Hillary runs. And it's just going to be fantastic because Biden is very strong, very good candidate. Very, very good. Biden's so good. Oh, Biden's so good. Biden is so fantastic. Let's see. Let's look at what Biden's doing. What's Joe Biden doing really quick? And I'll get back to the BBC article. Chad and Carl, thank you. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Carl. So let's look at all the hit pieces on Biden. No one wants them. Even the left doesn't. Obama administration knew Hunter Biden had shady. Nice. So even President Obama's administration warned. And we also know from Marie Yovanovitch, the star key witness, that she was actually given talking points. She was actually giving talking points by President Obama's administration. So when they say, oh my God, look what, oh my God, conservative media is bringing it up. It's like, no, wait, you don't even have to do much. Just a modicum of research. It's just a little bit of research. And you find out that, it's funny. Trump just looks at what President Obama did, and it's like, it's not even very difficult to just say, okay, yeah, Biden is done. Biden does not have a campaign. Biden is there as the only. Does anyone on the left? Does any Democrat realize? Does any Democrat on the planet, do any of the 65 million people who voted for Clinton, do they realize that the only feasible choice, according to Democrats, is Biden? This is the only person they find feasible. The corn puffs, grape nuts, Frankenberry. It's like, I would rather watch paint dry. I don't know what I'd rather do. I don't know what I'd rather do rather than listen to Clinton. I mean, well, that's true, but listen to Biden. Mr. Obama, who occupied the White House from 2009 to 2017, said the country was less revolutionary than it is interested in improvement. President Trump was a populist candidate. Bernie Sanders was a populist candidate. They were both populist candidates in 2016 when there was a need for a populist candidate. Now, there is no need for one because there's record low unemployment. This is the issue. You have a withdrawal of Americans coming home, hopefully, or withdrawing them from harm's way. Democrats want to keep them in harm's way, and they say they don't care about foreign policy. This is why when President Trump meets with Kim Jong-un, this is a great and beautiful and amazing thing. Then they spin it to, oh, he's friends with authoritarians. Like, what are you talking about? This impeachment hearing is hilarious because everything that every witness just is like a defense witness for Trump. How are they going to impeach Trump on what now? They have nothing. They have nothing to impeach him on. This is hilarious. They literally have nothing to impeach him on. They get an intelligence operative with ties to Biden who complained about Trump. And they're like, oh my God, this is better than Daniel Ellsberg. The Democratic race is still largely up in the air, even as the first state-by-state votes that will decide Mr. Trump looms in Iowa in February. This is hilarious. I love how they just think that this is not for Clinton. All of this is for Clinton. All of this. Okay, the one person there has no chance to win. This is the MC Breed election. One of the great rappers of the 90s. Ain't no future in your frontin'. Why pretend? Democrats say, oh, there's always future in our fronting. That's all we have. That's the only future we have is fronting. Clinton has not closed the door. It's still open. Why aren't I 50%? Right. This election, this is what's going to take place. This is what it's taken place for 3 years. Bernie Sanders was cheated. They had no no more energy, no more enthusiasm, no more electricity, no more nothing. Within the Democratic Party, it was done. The wind, no more wind in the sails, everything was done. They knew that the Democratic primary had been completely rigged even before the DNC emails, and the DNC emails confirmed this. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign in disgrace. Clinton, every single polling expert was saying that she was going to win. Every single publication was saying she was going to win. Every single left-leaning pundit was saying she was going to win. Then she lost, like I said she would in the Huffington Post and the Hill and Salon. Then Trump worked with Russia. Then we found out he didn't work with Russia. The whole thing was contrived. Now we have John Durham and William Barr. Then Trump had a phone conversation. Even President Zelensky of the Ukraine says it's nonsense. He was never pressured, but they're going to go on with it. Why do you think that Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Clapper and Brennan and Robert De Niro and Hollywood and Debbie Wasserman Schultz and every wealthy donor in the Clinton Foundation and every corporate CEO and every Hollywood producer, do you think they're all pulling for Warren? No. You think they want Biden? No. You think they want Bernie? They already cheated Bernie. Eugene, thank you. So, we're waiting. And I swear to God, they can't give me a break. They can't give me a break. They can't give me one day of happiness where I can say, everybody was wrong, Clinton, yeah. They can't. I mean, this is going on forever. The charade doesn't end. I don't know if I want to run. We have such a great field of candidates. I'm still keeping it open. I know. I don't want to run now. No. I don't want to run. Why should I run? I only had 65 million people vote for me. Why should I run? I don't think it'll be. I don't think the convention will be contested. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Madam Cyber Hack. Oh my God! You're going to see from the ashes, from the political ashes, rises a phoenix, the golden Moo Phoenix. Oh my God! And then they're going to say, "Oh, the storyline is already set." Clinton. People didn't want Clinton. Bill Maher didn't want her. Nobody wanted, but she fought back and she clawed. And she defeated Biden. Oh, the powerhouse. Oh, what a powerhouse, Biden. Oh, my goodness. He fought cornflakes and she was, he was, a very, and then Bloomberg, and she defeated Bloomberg. Oh, my God. And then Bernie, she cheated again, so you forget about that. Actually, Warren's doing away with Bernie. Oh, thank you so very much. Wow. That's fantastic. You cheated me again. I bust my kumquats, and I get Warren. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm going to pretend no problem. No problem. Carl's opinion. Mr. Goodman, since you got me looking at the Clinton machine, I found they really are involved in everything. I even found a connection between that certain intelligence hobby. Yeah. You mentioned the Clintons. Exactly. Carl's opinion. They would have you believe that all of this is for Warren. Warren doesn't even want... Carl's opinion, thank you. Warren didn't even back Bernie Sanders. Carl, this is all... Thank you for looking into that. Thank you. As always, Carl. They didn't even want Bernie Sanders. They didn't want... Warren didn't even support Bernie Sanders. And none of this is happening. James Comey and Strzok and McCabe and Clapper and Mueller and all of these people, and now you have Adam Schiff. They're not doing this for Warren. This is a political machine. So Carl's opinion and everybody, this is a political machine. And Bernie Sanders, I swear to God, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, he's a good man, I give him that, but he does not have the courage of Tulsi Gabbard. He doesn't even have the courage to defend his voters from 2016. Oh, Warren. Thanks so much, Warren. Wow. That's a really fantastic thing you're doing. Oh, Warren, yeah. Why don't you just... You know what? I'll run in 4 years from now. You run again also. How's that? No, please. No. 2024, I'm going to run. I'm going to be 84 years old. 83, whatever. No, you run again. No, it doesn't harm my campaign. Doesn't split my movement into two. No, you run again. How's that? You're younger than me. No. I won't point. I won't shout. Now, 2028 again. I'll be close to 90. You run again, Warren. Make sure you, every two people, you take one. I could have been ahead of Biden now, but you came into the... Oh, that's fine. You combined both of us. We're ahead of Biden, but no problem. You're here now. Thank you so much. What a fantastic human being you are. By the way, thank you for endorsing me in 2016. That's so fantastic of you. Thanks so very much. Creative Wingless Angel, earbud wears lower volume, Carl's opinion. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Jack, thank you, Creative Wingless Angel. Thank you. Jack Gold. She still owns DNC, right? What is Tom Perez doing? He's just there. Jack Gold. He's just there, just like Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Everybody has to keep up appearances. It's so annoying. Carl's opinion and Wingless Angel and Jack Gold. Thank you. It's so annoying when they're like, we have a robust field. Oh, robust. It's so robust. What a big, robust field of fantastic candidates. Oh, they're so fantastic. We have de Blasio. He's fantastic. Klobuchar. So fantastic. She could actually win. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard. No, she's a Russian operative. We'll just push her to the side. You move, Tulsi Gabbard. You're not welcome here. Oh, we have everybody from Kamala Harris to de Blasio, and we had Beto O'Rourke. He's now busy skateboarding. What else? Warren and Biden. Those are fantastic people. You know, we couldn't have one Bernie Sanders. No. Oh, Bernie's running again? We put Warren there. Warren, run. I don't really want to. Warren, run. Drink a beer. Run. Okay. And then Biden's there is like, what am I doing? Cornflakes, man. And every single poll that comes out where Biden is still up. Dave B1058. Hillary's under tremendous pressure to run. You rock HE. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Dave. She's under enormous pressure to run, but no, it can't be. You understand, everybody? It can't be that they just go ahead and just, it's like, you know, why can't you just give a former Bernie Bro, now Trump supporter, H.A. Badman, just announce? What are you waiting for? Philippe Brains, we want you. We love you. Hillary's the best. She's the best. What more do you want? What more do you want? She's visiting children in the UK. I visited Archie. Oh, God bless him. Keep him safe from the demonic presence. No. No, I'm everywhere. Everyone loves me. I don't want to run. I'm under tremendous pressure. What? Run! 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 Just run already. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anyone. Just run. I mean, if Biden says, look, if Biden's like, that's it, I'm losing money. Because President Obama just endorsed Clinton. He didn't endorse Biden, so, So, wait, Biden losing money. Why Biden is getting crushed in the all-important... Why Biden is getting crushed in the all-important money race. Obama and Clinton's biggest donors favor Biden, yet he still can't match his rival's cash flow. Yeah, because the Obama and Clinton voters are not giving money to Biden. You think they're stupid? Do you think they don't understand what's going on? This is Politico. Why is he losing money every month? And you talk, I swear to God, I have, most of my friends are Democrats. I talk to them. I don't even want to talk to them, but the ones that are like normal enough to I can have a conversation with, I'm like, why do you think this is happening? Why do you think this is happening? And they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. It's like, what don't you want to talk about? Why don't you want to talk about why don't you want to talk about why don't you want to talk about this? I don't want to talk about it. Why not? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Angela Goodwin, thank you. Run Hillary Forrester. Doug F610. Nothing seems relevant if Trump doesn't part a stone. Will he protect you forward, if not stone? Will he protect you forward, if not stone? I agree with you, Doug F610. Thank you very much. Doug F610, he should pardon Michael Flynn, Papadopoulos, Roger Stone, and then have Democrats just devote their entire existence to bringing this up. He pardoned known felons. He pardoned known felons. He pardoned known felons. He pardoned known felons. And then people will be like, oh. The outrage machine you can't go on forever. You can't go on forever. Doug F610. Thank you, Doug F610. I agree with you. I agree with you. He needs to pardon. Carl's opinion, thank you. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. Of course, Assange needs to be pardoned. There's a lot of people. I don't know how it's going to happen. But Clinton is going to not only become nominee. I won't even say enter the contest. She's going to become nominee. The whole thing is when Bill Maher, and this is what I find disingenuous from Bill Maher. Who does he think's going to win? So suddenly Bill Maher says, "Oh well, Clinton shouldn't run." Well, it's like you probably should have. Made mention. You probably should have made mention that, oh, by the way, Bernie Sanders was cheated. Eric H526, thank you. Thank you, Eric H526. Luke St. Martin, thank you. Thank you both for being amazing moderators. Eric H526, thank you very, very, very much. I hope all is well. Everyone subscribe. If you like gaming, if you're into gaming and video games, Eric H526 is a fantastic channel. So check out his channel. But my whole thing is, Clinton has all of Hollywood, and and this is when the fact that Bill Maher doesn't like Clinton is going to help Clinton. The fact that Bill Maher doesn't like Clinton is going to help her tremendously. because she's now going to she's now going to be the underdog. She's now going to be the underdog. So it's like you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where before it was the train, the juggernaut. Oh my God. You have nobody can defeat Clinton. She's going to even win Texas. She's going to win North Carolina. Arizona is up for grabs. Oh my God. Look at the polling. Look at the numbers. Look at the data. Look at the analysis. I mean, you would have to be nuts to think that Trump could win. I mean, you can, you would have to be out of your mind. You would have to, oh my God. And then, now it's, oh my God, don't run anymore. You can't run anymore. No, don't run anymore. You can't run anymore. No, we don't want Clinton anymore. And then she rises like a phoenix. I already know the screenplay. I already know it. They're not going with Biden. And if they're not going with Biden, they're certainly not going to go with the bowel movement split in two, Bernie and Warren. Papa D! Hope all is well, Papa D. I'm English ship. There's a joke there somewhere. Trump is busy pardoning special operators. Guys you want on your side. Yes, I agree. I do like the way that he is conducting that. No, I agree with you, Papa D. I agree with you, Papa D. I agree with you on that, Papa D. In fact, there's some things going on there. It's very bizarre. But you know what? Democrats, anything they touch, it just turns to you know what? Papa D, thank you. Doug F610, I do agree with you. So why is President Obama not? Why do you think he's not endorsing anyone? He endorsed Clinton. Well, yeah, that was after fine, but he was defending Clinton the whole time during the primary. Oh, she didn't mean to. If you saw the top secret intel, believe me, oh my God, the top secret special access program intelligence. If you saw it, believe me, there's no damage to national security. No. If you had seen that top secret intel that somehow they got on Clinton's private servers, if you'd seen it, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Don't worry about it. No. She would never willingly or intentionally do anything. Oh, that's bizarre. James Comey then says she didn't intentionally do anything. Wow, that's really a coinkydink. Everything's a coincidence. Then they say, oh my goodness, Trump is divisive. And I stated this today on one of my uploads. I said, have you ever heard Papa D or Doug F610 or anyone on here, have you ever heard them actually treat President Trump with respect during an interview? Have you ever heard them ask a question like, what motivates you? What drives you? What was it like to step foot in North Korea? What has been one of your best moments as president? And everything is combative and belligerent. And then they say, well, oh my goodness, he's chaotic, or he's horrible. I think that ultimately what takes place is, I don't know how Clinton, enters the contest. She can just this week or next week say, okay, I'm entering. Or she could simply say, oh, well, you know what, Christmas gift, I'm entering. Or in January, she can say, you know what, I'm done, I'm entering. If you've noticed, people are losing money now. Kamala Harris had to let go of her staff in New Hampshire. Biden is losing money. Warren and Bernie Sanders supporters are going after one another. Okay? So you have a situation where there is no Democratic primary. It's a political machine. It's a political machine. They know very well that they cannot even come close. They can't even come close to Trump without Clinton. Clinton will raise easily $2 billion. Do you understand? $2 billion? It's not her. It's not. She doesn't just pocket the money. She has to spend it. Do you understand the many people who want Clinton to run, want a piece of the action? That's $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion in advertising, in media, in speeches, in everything. Kathleen Cohn. Clinton runs as Vice President Biden in the 25th Amendment. Kathleen Cohn. I don't think she would take second fiddle to anyone. I don't think she would take second fiddle to anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the FEC is pretty much powerless now. Okay, you have pretty much unlimited. They have Citizens United, and the FEC now is powerless. Clinton can raise well over $2 billion, but Trump's going to get close to $2 billion too. Clinton's not going to defeat Trump, but she could make it close. She could make it close. She'll have the media. And you know, she's now not the front runner. I mean, when she comes in, she'll be the front runner instantly, but she'll play it down. You have to understand also that the strategy of being omnipotent, a juggernaut, didn't work. They're not going to go with Biden, Warren, or Bernie. That's nonsense. Or anyone else. That's nonsense. Each one of the top three have major issues that make them unelectable. President Obama just painted Bernie and Warren with the same brush. That they're not only unelectable, but they're unrealistic. I mean, how much of a diss can you get? They're unrealistic. Do you understand? And this is by a two-term president. One of the greatest Democrats ever, according to Democrats. And Bernie and Warren are not only unelectable, but they're unrealistic. Why did he have to say this? Because it's all for Clinton. Do you think he's doing this for Biden? He literally told Biden not to run. In 2015, all of them said, Biden, don't run. You have issues with Hunter. Don't do it. He doesn't even want to run. The donors are not giving him any money. He's losing money every month. So I'm literally the only person saying this in all of YouTube, in all of media. Luke St. Martin, thank you. Why is this taking place in the manner it is? Because it's all a fabricated farce. Thomas Dean! I saw Buttigieg ahead in some aggregate polls today. Not sure if that was a specific state or what, but I was like, yeah, okay. He is, of the people outside Bernie Sanders and Warren, the most electable. He's probably more electable than Bernie or Warren. The problem is, in South Bend, Indiana, there are some major controversies. Major controversies. Papa D, Thomas Dean, and also that's in Iowa, so he's up in Iowa. Thomas Dean, thank you. Papa D, did Hillary miss entry in some primaries? Technically she did, but it won't matter at all. Because they cheated Bernie Sanders, and when people say, well, you know what? So the rules don't apply to her? No, they don't. Oh, the state guidelines don't apply to her? No, they don't actually at all. In fact, she broke rules and regulations, and that's what they were standing upon when they said, well, she shouldn't be indicted. She just broke rules and regulations. So these are not laws. These are state rules and guidelines and regulations. So whether she skips Iowa or New Hampshire, or enters before Iowa or New Hampshire, or doesn't file on time for California, or files on time for California, or doesn't, something's going to happen. You know what? She filed under a pseudonym. There was a bylaw that said you can run a certain. I mean, the same people who were saying that Clinton can't miss the deadline, she can't run. Well, you know what? These are the same people who said, well, there's no way that Bernie Sanders would be cheated. It's a primary. It says right here in the guidelines, in the bylaws, you have to be fair and neutral. Debbie Wasserman Schultz herself stated they have to be fair and neutral, fair and neutral, fair and neutral. It says that right here. So, look. If I started a game. If I was playing baseball and I said, oh, when you're up to the plate, it's 3 strikes and you're out. When I'm up to the plate, it's 30 strikes and then I'm out. So the pitcher has to throw 30 strikes. I can foul the ball 29 times. I can have 29 fouls, 30 fouls. Oh, actually, no, you can have 1 million fouls. I can have 29 called strikes. And on the 30th pitch, that's a strike, I can hit it. Okay, 3 called strikes, you're out. We all know the game of baseball. The game of baseball has rules. Okay? Ball goes to the base before you get there, and you're out. You get tagged by the ball, you're out. Fly ball's caught, you're out. Okay, you're out. Pop fly, you're out. You strike out, you're out. You run outside the base path, you're out. Okay. But if Democrats are running a baseball game, 30 strikes, you're out. You can run outside the base paths. You can go directly to second base and just run over the pitcher. And then what they'll say is, well, in certain circumstances, these rules apply. Look at what happened in 2016. In fact, the DNC fraud lawsuit stated, well, if you look at the bylaws, this is a private entity. This is why Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, and Nico House will live forever. Because they actually took the DNC to court. And the DNC stated in court, We don't have any rules. We're a private entity. The state Democratic parties decide what's going on. So it's not like a state, it's not necessary, it's not state legislation. They could then say, well, you know what, Clinton will utilize somebody who dropped out of the race and then she'll enter on behalf of that person. It doesn't matter. The whole thing's a bunch of nonsense anyway. They have no rules. They literally cheated Bernie Sanders and blamed Russia for it. There are no rules. They literally cheated and then blamed other people, blamed another country for disclosing the cheating. So, when President Obama endorses Hillary Clinton, he doesn't the Democrats don't work this way. This is all politics and media. The average American isn't really that interested in any of this. So all they hear is, oh, Clinton's not running, right? Oh, she's thinking? Oh, I don't know. And then when Clinton runs, she'll be like, oh, she's running now? I thought she wasn't running. Oh, no. And who do we have? Biden? No. Bernie? No. Warren? No. Everybody else? No. I have to vote for Clinton again? I don't want to. Oh, fine, I will. And they vote for Clinton again. Biden wouldn't even break 60 million people. And there's a slight chance, that Trump gets the popular vote this time around. Because Clinton is so unelectable that if she runs this, when, not if, when, because this is the only chance they have. She could theoretically win. She could defeat Trump. It's possible. But in swing states, they like Trump more than any Democrat, including Clinton. So it doesn't matter. Whether or not she loses again is completely and utterly irrelevant to Democrats. They don't care. They could have won with Bernie Sanders. They could have won with Bernie Sanders. They chose not to. They said, we'd rather lose with Clinton. Or we'll win with Clinton, but even if we lose with Clinton, it's better than winning with Bernie. And Bernie Sanders would not... Thank God Trump won. Because he's reversing U.S. foreign policy. Failed foreign policy for 16 years. Failed foreign policy. But people, it's happening. Super Tuesday is where it's at. And Clinton, all she needs to do is find some way. I mean, the whole filing date stuff, it's like such nonsense. Who's going to tell Clinton in the Democratic Party? And then the rebuttal is, oh, rules don't apply. The bylaws and rules and guidelines don't apply. No, they don't. She used private servers for 4 years with top secret intel. I don't think rules apply. Every single conceivable State Department rule and guideline was completely obliterated. They literally cheated a candidate and then blamed Russia. I don't think they're worrying about paperwork. She funneled $60 to $80 million from the DNC, and there's a secret agreement and then Politico that talked about Clinton running the entire political party. So I don't think they're worried about paperwork. She literally called Tulsi Gabbard a Russian operative. Papa D! I think I pulled a brain hammy. Brains have hammies, right? I pull a brain hammy all the time. And that just shows the power of our brains, Papa D. That just shows the immense strength we both have. Because when you're generating that much power, my God Almighty, you can't pull a hammy if you're like, if you never sprint. So I pulled a hammy walking. Well, that you got problems there. But Papa D, brains like ours, my God. Thank you, Papa D. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, look. I want you, if you could just do something for this channel, for me, for H.A. Goodman's other channel. So check out H.A. Goodman's other channel, because I'm going to be ramping. I do a segment a day on that, but I'll be doing 3 segments a day when things ramp up. And that will be a very important channel going forward. Check that out. It's over 11,000 subs. Let's get it to 20,000. H.A. Goodman's other channel. It's below in the pinned comment. I want everyone to tell everybody that you know that there's this eccentric, nice, sometimes amusing gentleman named H.A. Goodman who says, and he's the only voice in the wilderness, Hillary's running. What was that noise? Is that H.A. Badman again? Hillary's running. Oh no, here we go again with this. Hillary Clinton is running again in 2020. Oh no, I hear H.A. Badman again. He's coming closer, let's go. I want tell everyone you know. Thomas Dean! Life is hard. It is. Thomas Dean, thank you. Tell everybody you know that H.A. Goodman is saying and is going to accurately predict and is the only person in the entire universe who stated this from 2017 in the Huffington Post. Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. I saw this. I saw this 10 miles away, and it's happening. I don't care if it's a day before. I don't care if it's a day before the election. Do you understand? It's like, admit defeat. I'm like, no. And then you see, like, Hillary with the rocket, like, jet engine. I'm back. I'm like, you see, I was right. Give me your thoughts. Clinton is running. I don't know how she's going to enter the race. She will run. She will be nominee. And she will lose to Trump. Give me your thoughts. Tell everybody you know. God bless you. Thank you so very much. To my viewers in other countries, please tell all your friends to watch. Thank you so very much. I'll be doing... You can pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, all 300 people here, Carl's Opinion, Chad Davis, Doug F610, Seven D-Ski, everybody who watches, everyone here, I will be doing this live stream every single day, virtually every single day from around 10 to 12 a.m., 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Pacific time. So just around 10 to 12 a.m. Pacific time. So just tune in. Just expect a live stream every evening, late evening. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right this second. Thank you all, and have a great, great, great morning and a great Sunday.